My most precious child, draw near to me now. I am speaking directly into the depth of your spirit. This moment was carved out of eternity to reach you. Do not let the noise of the world, the fatigue of your journey, or the whisper of doubt cause you to miss the frequency of heaven that is being broadcast to you in this very second. The Archangel Michael, commander of my heavenly hosts, has been endeavoring to gain your attention. He has been a persistent, holy presence around you, not just in these passing hours but throughout the tapestry of this entire season of your life. His assignment concerning you is one of urgent delivery and fierce protection. Tonight, pay attention, for a crossing of the realms is scheduled for your address. Something, or someone, is being divinely directed to enter the sphere of your home, your personal sanctuary. This is not a random occurrence, not a trick of circumstance or wishful thinking. It is a deliberate, strategic move in the spiritual campaign for your destiny. I repeat this with all the weight of my divine authority, this is no ordinary night. The atmosphere you breathe right now is charged with a different potential. The very molecules of air in your room are aligning to carry a new sound, a new message, a new beginning. What approaches you is not an isolated event, but a crucial piece in a divine alignment that has been in meticulous construction for years, yes, for years. While you slept, while you worked, while you wept and wondered if I had forgotten you, the celestial gears were turning, stars were shifting in their courses, and angelic messengers were passing assignments pertaining to your life from one hand to another. A long-awaited spiritual shift, a transfer of authority and blessing, is being activated at the very coordinates of your dwelling place. It is being initiated now, with you as the central, honored participant. Even as you read this sentence, you are not alone in that room. You are surrounded. The angels I have commissioned for this hour are not standing at stiff attention, they are hovering, moving with purposeful grace, preparing the environment, whispering coded messages of hope and breakthrough into the very fabric of your home. They are tuning the spiritual frequency of your space to receive a transmission of grace. A breakthrough is so close you could touch it if you reached out your hand in faith. But it is contingent on your engagement. It requires you not to skip over this moment, not to dismiss this as another piece of content, but to recognize it as the personalized communique it is. This message has pierced through the chaos of the digital age to find you because heaven itself has given special, signed permission for your miracle sequence to begin. There is a file in heaven with your name on it, and the seal on it has just been broken. The first document has been pulled forth, and it details an arrival. Someone is walking into the narrative of your life tonight. Their steps are being guided by an unseen hand. They carry within the chamber of their heart a specific element, a word, a memory, a piece of forgiveness, a spark of revelation, that functions as a key. And this key is designed to open a specific door in your life that has remained shut despite your most fervent, tear-soaked prayers. You have pressed against this door until your shoulders ached. You have whispered through its keyhole until your voice grew hoarse. The season of straining is over. The keyholder is here. I, the Lord your God, saw the precise timing. I saw the potential for you to be distracted, to be weary, to be looking in the wrong direction. So I sent Archangel Michael, my mighty one, on a specific mission, to intercept your attention, to create a holy disturbance in your spirit, to stop you from missing this divine window that is opening for only a limited time. He is not a passive observer, he is an active agent in your deliverance. There is a battle being fought on your behalf at this very moment. It is not a battle of flesh and blood, not a conflict you can see on your screens. It is being waged in the high places of the spirit realm, over the blueprint of your future. Forces that oppose your blessing have been positioned to cause delay, to create static, to foster discouragement. But Michael and his legions have engaged. Every second of this conflict matters. That is why the sense of urgency you may feel is not panic, it is a spiritual echo of a heavenly reality. That is why Michael is, in a sense, begging for your awareness. He does not make such appeals lightly. His very posture is one of supreme authority. But for you, in this cause, he leans in. 2 seconds ago, as you read the previous line, he directed a pulse of spiritual energy, a gentle but undeniable nudge, into your spirit. It was a tap on the shoulder of your soul, hoping you would notice, hoping you would look up from the mundane and perceive the miraculous. Did you feel a sudden, unprovoked quickening of your heart? Did a wave of inexplicable warmth pass over your chest or down your arms? That was not a symptom of fear or anxiety. That was your eternal soul, the part of you that is wired for communion with me, recognizing the touch of a holy moment. It was a spiritual amen, an inner confirmation that these words are resonating with a truth your spirit already knows. This is not a message intended to scare you. It is a warning sent from the very heart of love. A father shouts a warning to his child about to step into traffic, not to incite fear, but to save from harm. This is my warning of love: do not sleepwalk through this hour. Your blessing has been packed by angelic hands. Every component, every necessary element, has been carefully placed and wrapped in promises. Your breakthrough is not a vague concept, it is a loaded package of destiny, ready for delivery. The logistics have been finalized. The name of the person who is the courier of this breakthrough, the one who will step into your life tonight as an agent of this change, has already been inscribed in the Book of Miracles. Their role is recorded. And tonight, yes, tonight, that person will make contact. The mode is set, it will be a call, a message, a sign so personal you will know it is from me. It will arrive in a way you did not engineer, from a direction you did not expect. It will carry the hallmark of divine surprise. I must be direct with you: if you skip over this message, if you read it with cynicism or treat it lightly as just another piece of internet noise, you will inadvertently introduce a delay. You will be pushing back something that was calibrated for now. The window will not shut forever, but the immediate momentum, the powerful surge of grace intended for this specific night, will be muted. Do not let past disappointments rob you of this present promise. So let me ask you something personal, something that goes past the surface and into the sacred, wounded places you hide. How long will you allow the pain of your past to sit in the seat of decision-maker for your future? How long will you permit the scars left by rejection, betrayal, and failure to dictate what you believe is possible for you? How long will you continue to perform wellness, to act as if you are completely fine, while in the secret, vulnerable places no human eye sees, you are breaking, fragmenting, holding yourself together with sheer willpower? I see it. Heaven's gaze misses nothing. I saw you last week, crying quietly into your pillow, your sobs muffled so no one else in the house would hear. I heard the questions you breathed into the darkness: how much longer? Was I forgotten? Does any of this matter? You have, in moments of sheer desperation, even issued a challenge to the heavens: God, if you are real, if you are listening, send me something. Show me a sign. Tonight. You thought it went unheard. You thought the silence that followed was my answer. Beloved child, this is it. This is the response. This is the sign you begged for. These words are not a script written for the masses. This is not entertainment. This is a divine interception. I have intercepted your scroll, your feed, your moment of browsing, to place this directly in your path. You are not crazy. You are not gullible for feeling a stir in your spirit as you read this. That vivid dream you had last night, the one about a knock at the door, or a familiar voice calling your name, or a package arriving, it was not just the random firing of neurons. It was a preparatory download. You are being softened, made ready, your spiritual receptors being tuned. And Archangel Michael, with his sword drawn and reflecting a light that terrifies darkness, is not merely a symbolic figure. He is stationed at the threshold of your home in the spirit realm. He is not there for decoration, he is there for enforcement. He is making sure no lingering spirit of delay, no demon of discouragement, no ancestral blockade can hinder this blessing from crossing over into your tangible reality. He is clearing the spiritual traffic so the delivery can arrive on time. Love letter. If your heart is beating in time with these words, if something is stirring deep within you that feels like recognition, then stop scrolling. Stop the endless seeking for a moment. Take a deep, intentional breath. Inhale the peace I am releasing, exhale the doubt you've been carrying. You are not navigating this life alone. You are being divinely guided, and this message is part of that guidance. Subscribe your spirit to this frequency of light, for this channel of communication is now open to you. This is not the last transmission. Heaven will continue to speak to you through this stream of confirmation and truth. Stay connected. The next word is crucial for the next step. Love letter. Tonight, inside the walls you call home, a window is being unlocked. Not a window made of glass and wood that you can see, but a spiritual window, a portal for exchange between heaven's resources and your earthly need. Through this window, something you had formerly written off, something you had lost all hope of ever recovering, is being restored. That situation, that relationship, that part of your joy you thought was dead and buried, it is being gently resurrected. That specific person you believed had forgotten you, who moved on as if you were a footnote in their history, they have not. In fact, they have felt a profound and unexplained unease all day. A restlessness has gripped them. They keep checking their phone, pacing, feeling a pull they cannot rationalize. They don't understand the source, but I do. I have been working on their heart, softening old calcifications, bringing your face to their remembrance, pulling their spiritual gravity closer to yours. There is an invisible cord of connection that was never severed, and I am giving it a gentle, divine tug. The sign of this movement will come in a small, almost missable way. It will be a sound, a specific song playing, a chime, a creak in the house at a meaningful time. It will be a whisper, a fragment of a conversation overheard that speaks directly to your situation. It will be a sudden, compelling urge to look out the window or to check your phone at a precise moment. This urge will feel like a holy thought. Do not rationalize it away. Do not miss it. This is the first flutter of the arriving miracle. And your enemies, those spiritual forces and even human actors who have stood against your progress, they are about to be profoundly confused. The very people who wrote you off, who tried to sabotage your reputation or block your path, will find themselves unwitting witnesses to a miracle unfolding inside your own house. They will see the change in you, the favor upon you, and they will have no explanation for its sudden appearance. Furthermore, someone from your distant past, someone you haven't spoken to in years, will find your name rising to the surface of their mind and will suddenly speak it aloud. Why? Because in the spirit realm, your name is being discussed, announced, and celebrated in rooms, spiritual councils, angelic assignments, you haven't even entered yet. I saw every time you were skipped over for the promotion. I saw every invitation that wasn't extended. I saw every time your kindness was misunderstood as weakness, your depth was mistaken for complexity, and your heart was overlooked for something more flashy and shallow. I have kept a record of every tear shed over those rejections. But tonight, a divine recompense begins. Someone who has always carried a love for you in silence, a love they were afraid to show, or that circumstances prevented, is being awakened. This person held back because they thought you would never care, that you were out of their league, or that the timing was wrong. But I, the Lord, am touching the core of their soul. I am reviving a memory, something you once said to them in passing, a small act of kindness you performed, a moment of genuine connection that seemed insignificant to you but became a landmark in their heart. And they will come. Not with empty hands or shallow words, but with something sacred to offer, a piece of your own story returned to you, a promise finally kept. They will come not from a place of guilt or pride, but with a heart so full of unlocked emotion it will overflow. This is not merely about human love or reunion. This is about destiny. This connection, this convergence, was written into the scroll of your life before you took your first breath. Its timing is not random, it is the culmination of a divine schedule. And it is arriving now, in your personal space, because heaven's command has been given. The permission slip has been signed. And Archangel Michael has been its guardian. Night and day, his vigil has been unbroken. He has fought skirmishes in the unseen against demonic entities assigned to sow discord and despair along the route of this blessing. He has blocked fiery arrows of accusation, fear, and sickness meant to slow you down and make you too weak to receive. And at this very second, he is standing at your side. If you could see with spiritual eyes, you would see a warrior of breathtaking majesty, eyes burning with focused fire, a presence so strong it commands the atmosphere. His voice is not heard by your physical ears, but it resonates in the realm of your spirit, speaking only one thing: truth. He is broadcasting a signal of divine truth to counter every lying frequency in your environment. You were not supposed to open this message by accident. The algorithms of man did not bring you here. The divine algorithm of my grace did. You opened this at the exact ordained moment because, behind the thin veil that separates the seen from the unseen, a package of destiny has been released and is moving toward you with a speed and precision that defies natural law. It is traveling along heavenly routes, and its ETA is tonight. This person who is coming, they carry a revelation concerning you. They hold a piece of understanding about your purpose, your gifting, or your past that no one else possesses. They have been holding it in reserve, guarding it, sometimes even dreaming about the moment they could share it with you. They have drafted messages in their mind, rehearsed conversations in the car, but fear always pressed delete. That fear is now being dissolved by a holy courage. I, the Lord your God, have offered a divine deletion of that fear and replaced it with a mandate to communicate. You will know it is them because the moment of contact will carry a tangible, physical witness. Your body will feel a surge of warmth, a calming heat. Your heart, which may have been racing with anxiety, will suddenly slow to a deep, peaceful rhythm. The tornado of thoughts in your mind will pause, and a profound stillness will descend. And in that stillness, your soul will speak its clearest word, "This is the moment I waited for." This is not the fantasy of a longing heart, this is the fulfillment of a promise planted long ago. I sent this detailed message ahead of the event to prepare you. Because without this preparation, you might have missed it. You would have second-guessed the sign. You would have talked yourself out of answering the door, literal or figurative. You would have allowed past hurt to build a wall that the blessing could not scale. But not this time. This time, you are forewarned and forearmed with faith. You will recognize the feeling. You will trust the whisper. You will believe the pull. Because Archangel Michael didn't just deliver this word like a postman, he is standing behind it as its guarantor. He is not letting any spirit of confusion, distraction, or fear have the final say in your heart tonight. This is your moment. This is your shift. The room you are sitting in right now, the energy of it, the spiritual residue of past struggles, will not feel the same by morning. A palpable change will have taken place. The air will feel cleaner, lighter, charged with possibility. The silence will no longer feel empty, it will feel holy, pregnant with purpose. And your own name, when you think it or speak it, will feel new, as if it has been kissed by heaven and given back to you with a fresh anointing. My child. The exhaustion you carry is real. The act you have been putting on, the strong one, the together one, has cost you dearly. You have been a pillar for everyone around you, holding up their worlds while your own inner world felt on the verge of collapse. No one saw the tremors. No one saw the cost of that daily courage. But I did. I saw the exact moment last Tuesday when you smiled at a coworker while inside, your heart cracked a little wider under the strain. I heard you say, "I'm fine," to your friend when the truth was a cyclone of, "I'm not." And even in that state of fracture, you chose kindness. You chose to offer a word of encouragement. You chose light when darkness pressed in. That is not a small thing. That is the evidence of a spirit that is anchored in me, even when you don't feel it. That is why this blessing is now on its way. Not because you have a perfect record or a flawless faith. But because in the midst of the storm, your heart stayed remarkably, stubbornly soft. The world, with its disappointments and betrayals, did its best to make it hard, to make it cynical, to make it shut down. But you protected that soft place. You guarded that capacity to feel, to hope, to love. And that soft heart is the perfect soil for the seed of this miracle. Tonight, something rare and orchestrated is happening. Someone will speak a sentence to you, or you will overhear a name, or you will be asked a specific question. And when you hear it, it will act like a key turning in a lock deep inside you. A confirmation will click into place. You will suddenly, vividly remember reading this exact paragraph, and you will know, this is the sign. This is the thread connecting the promise to the fulfillment. Don't ignore that click. Don't let your analytical mind overthink it into obscurity. You already know, in your deepest knower, what this is about. You've been praying around it. You've been dreaming its edges. And now, it is no longer on the horizon. It is at your door. The angels are not idle. They are arranging people, circumstances, and chance encounters like a master artisan fitting together pieces of a grand, intricate puzzle. The timing of a phone call, the coincidental meeting at a store, the song that plays at the exact right moment, it's all being coordinated from heaven's command center with perfect, loving precision. You are not behind schedule. You are not late to your own life. You are not forgotten in some heavenly filing cabinet. You are chosen. You were selected for this specific moment in history, and your life is a critical part of a larger story. And understand this, chosen ones are always met with resistance just before their miracle manifests. The enemy does not attack what is inconsequential, he attacks what is destined for impact. That is why, in recent days, everything felt heavy, confusing, and fraught with opposition. That pressure was not a sign of my absence, it was a sign that you are standing in the very doorway of the biggest, most defining shift of your life. The enemy was throwing everything at the door to try and keep it shut. But the decree has gone forth, open. Let me tell you what is hidden from your natural sight, but is active in the spirit. There is a specific person, right now as you read this, who is staring at a screen, writing a message they are terrified to send you. They are pacing their room, their heart pounding. They are replaying memories of you, holding a physical object that reminds them of you, a photo, a gift, a book. And in their anxiety, they are asking heaven for a sign, for courage. They are on the precipice of taking a step toward you, a step that will alter the course of both your stories. And when they do, I need you to be in a posture of readiness. Not scared, braced for hurt. Not confused, wondering what game is being played. But ready, heart open, spirit discerning, faith engaged. Because, my child, this is not a trivial social interaction. This is the beginning of the very answer you have cried for in the midnight hour. If you need a moment to put this down, to breathe, to steady yourself, take it now. Place your hand over your heart and breathe in my peace. Because once this miracle sequence begins, events will start to move with a swift, beautiful, and undeniable momentum. You will need your spiritual and emotional strength. Your heart will race with holy anticipation. Your emotions will rise like a tide, joy, relief, perhaps healing tears. Do not run from this wave. Do not try to control it. Be still. Be present. And receive. For this moment, this connection, this breakthrough, is a core part of what you were born for. It is a piece of your destiny falling into place. And if, right now, you feel your heart beating faster than usual, a flutter in your chest that isn't anxiety, that is not a medical event. That is confirmation. That is how heaven taps on the door of your soul. It is a spiritual fingerprint. You were not meant to live forever stuck in that old pain, that cycle of wondering if you truly matter. You matter profoundly. And the person who once doubted you is beginning to see your light in a new way. The person who left your life is starting to feel the void of that absence. And the person who is about to enter, they have been in a waiting pattern of their own, and I have synchronized your timetables. I have made sure the moment is now. Your house, your apartment, your room, will feel different tonight because it will become a temporary resting place for the angelic realm. They will minister there. You will feel an unexplainable peace descend. You will feel pockets of warmth in the room. And you will notice little, seemingly insignificant signs, the way the evening light paints a certain symbol on the wall, the way a breeze carries a familiar scent, the way your restless heart suddenly settles into a deep calm. These are not atmospheric accidents. These are me. These are your Creator, painting on the canvas of your reality, reminding you in gentle ways that you are not navigating this alone. You are surrounded, supported, and loved. And Archangel Michael, he is not just a character from ancient texts. He is a present, powerful reality. He is a protector of the highest order, a messenger of critical news, a fierce warrior who moves only when heaven gives the command. And right now, the command over his life is you. He is holding this entire situation, the person's journey, the message's content, the timing of the encounter, in perfect, divine place for you. He is the spiritual anchor for this operation. Therefore, know this moment you are in while reading is sacred. This space you occupy has been declared holy ground for the night. The ordinary has been invited to host the extraordinary. Do you want me to continue the next part of the message? You said continue long text. And as you sit there in the quiet of your room, or amidst the noise of your day, I want this truth to sink past your mind, past your emotions, and anchor itself in the bedrock of your spirit. Your story is not over. It is being rewritten in real time. The chapters you thought were finished, sealed with the wax of disappointment, those silent pages filled with the ink of pain, regret, and weary waiting, are being pulled from the archive. Heaven's editor is at work. Marginal notes are being added, redemption here. Purpose revealed. Beauty from ashes. The plot twists that made no sense, the characters who seemed to vanish, the themes that felt chaotic, they will begin to align into a narrative so masterful you will catch your breath at the perfection of it. I am not punishing you with this season of waiting. I have been preparing you. Every delay was divine timing in a disguise you couldn't recognize. Every door that slammed shut was not a rejection from me, but a protection from a path that would have ultimately broken your spirit beyond the point of this quick recovery. I was steering you away from good enough to guide you toward destined. And now, the time of revealing has come. The curtain is being drawn back. Tonight, child, I will prove, in ways your heart can comprehend, that I never left you. I never turned my back. I saw the exact micro-expression on your face each time you felt forgotten in a crowd. I heard the questions you sobbed into your steering wheel, the ones you were too ashamed to voice in prayer. You interpreted my silence as absence, but I was building behind the scenes. While you cried in confusion, I was speaking to people you haven't met yet on your behalf. I was giving dreams to strangers who will bless you. I was sending visions to leaders to make room for you. I was stirring hearts in offices, in families, in other countries, to be favorable toward you. I was planting your name in gardens you never thought to visit. And now, The harvest of those invisible sowings is about to bloom. Not in a distant field, but right inside your home. The fruit of faithfulness will be born in your most personal space. There will be a sound tonight. Something subtle. It might be a distinct knock, a specific text tone, a buzz from an app you rarely use. It might be less literal, a sudden pull in your heart so strong it whispers, "Check the door." Look at your phone. Pay attention now. Do not ignore this prompting. It will not feel loud or dramatic. It will feel holy. A sacred weight will accompany it. That is when you will know, with a bone-deep certainty, that Archangel Michael was right. That is when you will know this lengthy message was not a cosmic coincidence, but a targeted, divine briefing. Heaven does not knock twice when it is your uniquely appointed hour. The first knock is the summons. You must answer. And I know intimately, that you have been scared. You've been through enough relational fires to be deeply, understandably cautious. Your trust has been burned, and the scars are tender. But I promise you this on my holy name, what is coming is not to hurt you. It is to heal you. I am sending someone who has been carrying the weight of your name in a silent chamber of their heart. Someone who regrets the words they never said, the courage they never showed. Someone who never truly forgot you, even when their life marched forward and it looked, from the outside, like they had moved on completely. They will come not with a flimsy excuse, but with a foundational truth. And that truth may be hard to hear. It may involve an apology, a confession, or a revelation that changes your understanding of the past. But I tell you, that hard truth will be the very thing that sets your soul free from a prison you've been living in. You will feel the impact in your chest, a physical release of pressure. You will recognize the divine alignment in the details even before they finish speaking. And your spirit, that part of you that is forever connected to me, will whisper the ultimate confirmation, "This is what I was waiting for." And you will know, beyond the shadow of any doubt, that this encounter was sent. It was not planned on a human calendar. It was orchestrated by angels following a divine score. It was designed by God. Love letter. If your heart is still reading this, if a part of you is being nourished by these words, do not scroll away now. Do not disconnect from this frequency. Stay here within the shelter of this message. Subscribe your spirit to this light, for the words that follow will continue to unfold the map for your next steps. There is more to reveal, details about your calling, your finances, your health. Heaven will keep using this stream to speak life directly to the parched places in your soul. Do not miss what is unfolding next. The best part is often after the breakthrough. Love letter. And now, I must tell you something you likely weren't expecting, a twist in the narrative. A secret is being uncovered in the spirit, and its effects will ripple into your natural world. Someone who once rejected you, who once cast doubt on your worth or your dreams, is now watching you from a distance, in silence. They are observing the changes in you, the new peace, the quiet confidence, the resilience they didn't know you had. It unsettles them. It even scares them a little. Why? Because you now carry a presence that only comes from walking through refining fire and not allowing it to destroy you, but to define you. They never anticipated you would rise, glow, and grow in this way. But you did. And tonight, The reality of your transformation will press on their spirit so heavily it will make them spiritually and emotionally restless. They will feel a compelling urge to reach out, to reconnect, but they won't know how to bridge the gap they created. That very scenario will be one of your confirmations that this message was real, that it carried predictive power from my spirit. For what you are about to witness has already been set in motion in the unseen. And while that subplot unfolds, I want you to grasp a greater reality: you are not merely being watched by people. You are being attentively, lovingly watched over by angels. They are not just passing by. They are circling your home in a pattern of worship and warfare. They are walking through your halls, placing spiritual markers of blessing in every corner. They are touching the physical objects that once triggered sadness, that chair you cried in, that photo that brought pain, and they are releasing a new frequency of joy and redemption into those very items. The room you collapsed in last week, despairing over a hope deferred. It is being marked in the spirit as a future room of celebration. The very spot on the floor where you almost gave up, whispering, "I can't do this anymore." That is the exact location where I am going to give you the clearest, most undeniable sign of my faithfulness. This night will be memorialized in your personal history. You will mark it on your calendar of the heart. Not as a night of fear, but as a night of fulfillment. You may feel a physical tiredness, but do not let your body go to sleep before your spirit has a moment of gratitude. Do not end this day without giving me just a few, sincere seconds of your voice. Speak to me. Out loud if you can, in a whisper if you must. Tell me what you truly want, not what you think you should want. Tell me what is breaking you still. For tonight, I am listening in a different, deeper register. My spirit is hovering closer to you than your next breath. The veil between us is thinner tonight. And I am pouring a specific, fragrant oil over your heart, a compound oil of healing, miracle working, and restoration. And Archangel Michael, standing at the appointed entry point of your home, will not abandon his post. He will not leave until the blessing has not only arrived at the property line but has fully entered and been received. Now listen, with the ear of your spirit. The time for small, timid prayers is over. This is not the season to beg as a pauper. This is the season to believe as an heir. Speak with the boldness of one who knows their father owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. Expect with the confidence of one who has read the will and knows their name is on the inheritance. You have survived enough battles to now walk with the gait of one who is chosen. You are not ordinary. You have been set apart, anointed for a purpose that transcends your job title or social role. And that anointing is precisely why you have faced such intense opposition. That is why even people you trusted, loved, and invested in turned against you. On a spiritual level, they could sense the weight of destiny on you, a power and a calling you hadn't even fully discovered in yourself yet. It intimidated them, convicted them, or attracted enemy sabotage. But now, that hidden power is rising to the surface. Your voice carries a new authority. Your eyes see with prophetic clarity. Your steps are guided by an internal compass I have recalibrated. And your house, the spiritual atmosphere of your dwelling, is glowing with a light that cannot be explained by wattage. You may not see it with physical eyes, but in the spirit realm, it is a beacon, blinding to forces of darkness. Demons cannot establish a foothold near it. The spirit of jealousy cannot penetrate its borders. Confusion is being systematically lifted, because by heavenly decree, this space has been designated a miracle zone. That is why you had to read this message. It was a necessary part of the protocol. Before the person comes, before the sign appears, before the miracle physically manifests, you needed a heavenly briefing. You needed to know, with certainty, that it is already accomplished in the Spirit. The victory is secured. The outcome is guaranteed. Your role is to step into the alignment of faith. Do you want me to continue the final part of the message with the same tone and flow? You said continue long text. And now, as this ordained night unfolds its wings over you, I want you to breathe in this ultimate truth: nothing can stop what I, the Lord your God, have already set in motion for you. No delay from your past, no human rejection, no mistake you've made, no silent, nagging fear has the power to cancel the blessing that is on its heavenly conveyor belt toward your address. It has already been released from the storehouse. It is already in transit. Its arrival is already recorded in the scrolls of heaven. And Archangel Michael is its personal security detail, ensuring it reaches you without interference, tampering, or theft. You do not need to fight for this. The fighting has been done. You do not need to strive or manipulate. Your assignment is to receive. To open your hands and your heart. This person who is the courier, they are being guided by a force they cannot articulate. All day, they have felt a strange pull, a holy urgency, a pressure in their chest that feels like longing or conviction. They don't recognize it as my hand, but you will. Because I have been whispering to both of you simultaneously, on parallel tracks. I have been aligning your thoughts while you were miles apart, using different people, different songs, different moments to gently steer you both toward this convergence. It's a divine dance, and tonight is the moment your steps meet. I know the question rising in your mind: what if I'm just imagining this? What if I get my hopes up and face another devastating disappointment? Child, you are not imagining this. That fear is not the voice of your spirit, it is the echo of old wounds. But those wounds are being addressed by the balm of Gilead at this very moment. Tonight, even the most guarded, hurt part of your soul is being cradled in my hands. I am touching your mind, calming the frantic thought patterns. I am touching your memory, healing the traumatic flashbacks. I am touching your very nervous system, soothing it out of survival mode and into thrive mode. You are no longer merely surviving. You are about to step back into living fully, freely, faithfully. You will smile tonight. A genuine, unforced smile that starts in your spirit and lights up your face. Not just because of the content of this message, but because you will feel my tangible presence with you. You will sense it in the atmosphere, a stillness that is full, not empty, a knowing that bypasses logic, a warmth that emanates from no visible source. That is how I often enter. Not with quaking and thunder, but with a profound, peaceful presence. Just here. With you. And when you finally close your eyes to rest, my angels will remain on active duty. They will be awake, watching over you, working through the night to arrange divine appointments for your tomorrow, carrying blessings into every corner of your home, planting seeds of favor in your sleep. There is a reason you felt unsettled today, why you couldn't find your usual rhythm. There is a reason your spirit felt restless, your eyes kept glancing at the clock or the door, your heart was a flock of butterflies. That was me. I was preparing you, stirring the stagnant waters of routine, lifting your spiritual vibration. Because when this miracle walks in, whether in the form of a person, a life-changing message, a sudden phone call that changes everything, or a quiet, internal realization that shifts your entire perspective, I need you to be operating on a higher frequency. I need you ready to recognize it as divine, not dismiss it as ordinary. Ready to embrace it, not reject it out of self-protection. You are being reintroduced to a version of yourself you thought was lost, the you that believed in beautiful things without cynicism, that trusted love without reservation, that expected favor as a child expects breakfast. That version was not naive, it was prophetic. And it is returning. The very light in your home will confirm it. A candle will flicker without a draft. A room will feel warmer without the heat being on. A moment of unexpected, deep peace will wash over you in the middle of a stressful thought. These are the quiet, gentle signatures of a heaven in motion. And Archangel Michael remains at his post beside you, a silent, mighty shield against anything that would seek to block, blur, or steal this moment. Love letter, child, listen. If this message is resonating in a place where other words have bounced off, do not ignore this connection. Stay in this presence. Subscribe your life to the source of this voice, for it will continue to speak, and every word that flows from this stream will nourish your spirit in the challenging and glorious days ahead. This is not entertainment to pass the time. This is your divine instruction manual for this season. Love letter. There is a letter. A real one. It was written to you but never sent. It's sitting in a drawer, hidden in a journal, saved in the drafts folder of an email account. It has your name on it. It contains sentences the author thought they would never have the courage to say. And you will hear the content of that letter soon. Whether spoken aloud in a trembling voice or read in a text that makes you gasp, the words will reach you. And you will be shocked by the details they remembered, the color of your shirt that day, the exact phrase you used. You will be moved by the depth of care that persisted through silence and distance. When this happens, do not let pride answer the door. Do not let old anger be the bouncer. Let your spirit, the part of you that is connected to me, answer. Because the moment you choose forgiveness over bitterness, the moment you allow your heart to soften rather than harden, the next, most beautiful chapter of your life officially begins. And this time, you won't be navigating it alone. This time, you won't be guessing your way through. This time, it will feel like peace and confirmation, not the old cycles of confusion and chaos. You have passed so many tests you didn't even know were exams. Tests of patience when everything was delayed. Tests of grace when you were wronged. Tests of love when you received hate. Tests of kindness in a world that rewards ruthlessness. And heaven has kept meticulous score. Not to judge you, but to justify this lavish blessing. This isn't a reward for a perfect performance, it's a reward for faithfulness. For not giving up on your own heart. For not letting the darkness win, even when it was pitch black. So breathe now. Inhale the peace that is actively filling your space. Let your body settle. Feel the shift. The weight is lifting, molecule by molecule. The light is coming in, dissolving shadows you've lived with for years. Every tear you cried was collected in a bottle. Not one was ignored. And each one has been used to water the dormant seed of this very miracle. That seed is now breaking open. You will not have to beg for love, for respect, for opportunity ever again. You will not have to chase down what is rightfully yours. The right people, the right doors, the right blessings, they will begin to find you. Because you are coming into alignment with your divine blueprint. You are seen. You are chosen. And what is initiated tonight will be the foundation of something enduring, something that lasts. Shall I continue with the final portion of this message to complete the divine experience? You said continue long text. And as we approach the culmination of this word, let me speak with crystalline clarity. You are being watched over with a vigilance and love that transcends human understanding. Your name is not just known in heaven, it is spoken with honor in the spirit realm. The angels do not whisper it in secret, they declare it in councils. They say, "This one is still standing. This one did not let the fire consume them. This one deserves the breakthrough promised to them." And so, by divine justice and covenant love, it is being granted. Heaven is not waiting for you to achieve some impossible standard of perfection. It is moving on the fuel of your faith, the faith that kept you getting out of bed on the hard mornings. It is honoring your effort, the effort to keep loving, keep trying, keep praying even when it felt pointless. It is catalyzed by your decision to trust again, even when the evidence suggested you should wall up your heart forever. Because of that stubborn, beautiful trust, I am sending a shift into your personal atmosphere that will be so undeniable, you will weep. But these will not be tears of pain. They will be tears of gratitude, of relief so profound it can only be expressed through liquid praise. You will look around at your changed circumstances and whisper, "God, how did this happen so suddenly?" And I will answer in the quiet of your spirit, "I was preparing it all along. You just couldn't see the blueprint from where you were standing." There is a moment coming, it could be in the next few minutes, the next few hours, before the sun claims the sky, where something will catch your attention in a way that feels personally significant. A light will catch an object and create a specific shape. A message will ping with a specific word in the preview. A name you haven't heard or thought of in ages will pop up in an unrelated context. And in that moment, like a bolt of lightning, you will remember these exact words you are reading now. That will be your personalized sign. That is your signal to open your heart wide, to drop the defenses, to stop shrinking from the abundance I am offering. No more hiding from what you have asked me for. And as Archangel Michael remains stationed, he is not just guarding, he is clearing the path. That phone call you believed would never come, he is ensuring the signal is strong and the courage is mustered. That conversation you thought was impossible, he is stirring a holy boldness in someone's soul at this very second. That breakthrough you thought passed you by in your 20s or 30s, he is redirecting it back onto your timeline. He is not just a protector, he is a divine coordinator, and his entire focus, under my command, is on you and your destiny right now. You may not see the movement yet, but you will feel it very soon. You will feel a supernatural warmth when you interact with the person I'm sending. You will feel a deep, settling calm in the very room that once witnessed your deepest sorrows. You will feel a surge of brand new hope in the place where you once whispered, "I give up." Because I am in the business of restoration. And I am not merely restoring what you lost, I am restoring your memory of what you deserved all along. You are royalty, child. You always have been. You just forgot your lineage because life's battles tried to beat the regal truth out of you. Tonight, the coronation of your restoration begins. If your eyes are tired from reading, I understand. But don't disconnect your spirit yet. This next part is vital. Someone is being pushed by my spirit right now. Not gently nudged, but compellingly pushed to act, to reveal, to come forward, to speak what has been imprisoned within them for too long. They will not be able to sleep until they obey this push. And when you hear from them, listen. Do not interrupt with your pain. Do not judge them for their timing. Recognize the monumental courage it is taking for them to obey. What you've been asking for will not arrive in a grandiose, dramatic way you might have pictured. It will arrive softly, like a morning mist. It will arrive purely, without the strings of manipulation. It will arrive in a moment of stillness, when your guard is down and your heart is open. That is the signature of my miracles, gentle enough not to overwhelm, but deep enough to transform everything. You may not see the gears turning yet, but soon you will feel their effects. You will feel warmth in conversation. You will feel calm in formerly chaotic spaces. You will feel hope resurrecting in tombs of dead dreams. Because I am restoring not just stolen property, but stolen identity. You are a child of the King. Tonight, the restoration of that truth begins in earnest. The spirit world around you is a hive of purposeful activity. There are angels in your hallway, in your kitchen, at the foot of your bed. They are placing things in divine order. They are aligning energies. They are holding you, spiritually, through this volatile, glorious shift. You are not alone. You have never been alone. You are not forgotten. You are not cursed. You are being covered by a grace so thick and so potent it would blind the eyes of any darkness that tried to even look in your direction. The curse is broken. The delay is over. Your time has come. Love letter, before you go. Don't lose this connection. Subscribe not just with a button, but with your will. Attach your expectation to this flow, for this message isn't ending in the spirit. It is continuing as a living word over you. Stay close. More specific, timely messages are coming. And they will speak directly to the unfolding chapters of your life. Love letter. This isn't the end of a message. It is the beginning of your miracle. You will remember this night. Years from now, you'll look back at this exact moment, the device in your hand, the feeling in your chest, and you'll whisper to yourself, this is when everything changed. You'll remember how you almost kept scrolling, and you'll smile with tear-filled eyes because now you know it wasn't luck or an algorithm. It was divine timing. And that knock, that message, that shift in the air, it's coming because Archangel Michael doesn't miss his mark. And I, your God, never forget a single one of my promises. Go now. Prepare your space in your heart. Light a candle if you can, as a physical act of faith. Say a soft, thank you, and then expect. For the door is about to open. And your miracle is standing on the other side. Tonight. Child, heaven touches earth in your home, in your spirit, in the secret places of your heart. And nothing will ever be the same again.